The Cleveland Browns are in chaos. What began as a typical preseason quarterback competition has erupted into one of the most dramatic storylines in modern NFL history. Multiple reports confirm that Dillon Gabriel, the team's presumed starter, has quit on the Browns, or at the very least, made it crystal clear that his patience has run out. At the same time, a fifth-round rookie sensation, Shedeur, has been officially named the starter against the Baltimore Ravens. On the surface, this looks like a simple depth chart change. But make no mistake, this is far more than a roster adjustment. This is a franchise fracture, playing out live for the entire nation to see. The incident reportedly occurred just days before a critical divisional matchup. Sources indicate that tensions boiled over in head coach Mike Stefanski's office after Gabriel allegedly confronted him about his reduced practice repetitions. Words were exchanged, tempers flared, and Gabriel stormed out, reportedly telling his teammates, "I'm done here. If you want me, you can have me." Within hours, an emergency front office meeting was convened, and the announcement that Gabriel had been suspended indefinitely for conduct detrimental to the team stunned fans and insiders alike. This wasn't a sudden outburst. According to insiders, this was the breaking point after weeks of simmering tension, fueled by owner Jimmy Haslam's public praise of Sanders and the sudden media frenzy surrounding the rookie. The ramifications are immediate and multi-layered. Locker room dynamics, carefully nurtured through the offseason, instantly cracked. Veteran offensive linemen reportedly rallied behind Gabriel, while the receiving corps leaned toward Sanders. Defensive players attempted neutrality, but privately expressed concerns about a growing leadership vacuum. In an organization that had spent months cultivating cohesion, these divisions threatened to define the season before meaningful competition even begins. Meanwhile, public sentiment exploded on social media. Cleveland fans, long starved for quarterback stability, divided into factions overnight. Gabriel supporters emphasize his technical precision, deep understanding of the system, and methodical approach developed over years of collegiate play. Sanders fans, on the other hand, celebrate his dynamic playmaking, leadership presence, and undeniable charisma, turning hashtags like Shedeur QB1 and Let Him Cook into nationwide trends. The debate has grown toxic at times, mirroring the division inside the organization itself. And the pressure doesn't stop there. Owner Jimmy Haslam, reportedly furious at Gabriel's behavior, is placing the coaching staff in an impossible position, while GM Andrew Barry advocates for internal discipline rather than suspension. Even NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is said to be monitoring the situation closely, recognizing both the unprecedented external pressure and the marketing potential Sanders represents. Every angle, locker room, ownership, media, and league oversight, converges to make this far more than a quarterback controversy. This is a story about power, loyalty, and the fragility of organizational culture, unfolding live before the eyes of the nation. In short, the Browns are navigating a perfect storm. On one side, a suspended, highly skilled quarterback demanding respect and recognition. On the other, a confident, media-savvy rookie thrust into the spotlight, carrying the franchise's expectations on his shoulders. And at the center of it all, the team's leadership must make decisions that will define not just a season, but the very identity of the organization. This isn't just football. It's drama, politics, and high-stakes competition all rolled into one. The question looms, can the Browns survive this internal storm, or is the organization already fractured beyond repair? The Cleveland Browns' locker room, once a symbol of off-season cohesion and disciplined preparation, has become a battlefield overnight. Dillon Gabriel's suspension didn't just remove a quarterback from the lineup. It ignited a rift among players, coaches, and support staff that threatens the very foundation of the team. Sources describe the tension as palpable, with veterans and younger players quietly picking sides while trying to navigate an environment that has become unpredictable and volatile. Offensive linemen, long accustomed to Gabriel's methodical approach and precise command of the playbook, reportedly rallied behind him. They appreciate his preparation, consistency, and ability to communicate clearly under pressure. To them, Gabriel represents reliability in a position where mistakes can be catastrophic. Meanwhile, receivers and skill position players have been gravitating toward Shedeur Sanders, drawn by his electric playmaking ability, leadership presence, and confidence under the brightest lights. These players see Sanders not only as a quarterback, but as a symbol of the new direction the franchise might take, a fresh, dynamic energy capable of elevating the entire offense. Defensive players, caught in the middle, have attempted neutrality. Privately, however, many have expressed concerns about the emerging leadership vacuum. Without a clear, universally respected figure under center, the entire defense feels destabilized. Season-long preparation, carefully orchestrated schemes, and trust-based communication all risk unraveling in a matter of days. One defensive captain reportedly told local reporters, "Both quarterbacks deserve better than this circus." Talent means nothing without organizational alignment that distinguishes contenders from dysfunctional franchises. The psychological impact on the team cannot be overstated. What was once a structured, disciplined environment has shifted into a minefield of whispered speculation, tension-filled meetings, and subtle power plays. Players who were accustomed to relying on clear messaging from the coaching staff now find themselves questioning authority. Conversations between position coaches and coordinators are scrutinized for hidden meaning. Every interaction carries subtext. Is it about player development, ownership preference, or some larger political maneuver? The Browns, for the first time in years, feel like a team where trust must be earned not only on the field but off it as well. Meanwhile, Sanders himself has emerged as a stabilizing, yet disruptive, presence. Despite the chaos surrounding him, he reportedly continues to arrive early, leave late, and maintain focus on improving both his physical skills and his rapport with teammates. He has taken proactive steps to unify his supporters, organizing voluntary evening practice sessions for the receiving corps and encouraging everyone to compartmentalize external drama. "Forget everything happening outside these lines," he told teammates. "Sunday is our chance to prove doubters wrong." That leadership, especially from a rookie in his first week as the official starter, signals a confidence and maturity rarely seen at this stage of an NFL career. Yet the larger picture remains grim. The factional divide exposes underlying fractures that have quietly festered for years, waiting for a spark to ignite them. With Gabriel suspended, Sanders elevated, and veteran players unsure where loyalties should lie, the Browns are navigating a locker room that is equal parts opportunity and danger. The next few practices, the next series of meetings, and the upcoming matchup against Baltimore won't just test athletic skill. They will determine whether this fractured team can find cohesion, or whether the Browns are hurtling toward a season defined by internal discord. As the drama inside the Browns organization unfolds, the reaction from fans and the public has been immediate, intense, and at times, downright toxic. Social media platforms exploded overnight, with hashtags like #Shedeur Let Him Cook, and Brownsera trending nationwide. The debate over who should lead the team, suspended veteran Dillon Gabriel or rookie sensation Shedeur Sanders, has divided Cleveland's football community and captured the attention of casual fans across the country. Supporters of Gabriel emphasize his methodical approach, technical precision, and in-depth understanding of the system. They highlight his consistent performance in training camp, his flawless execution of the playbook, and the professionalism he has maintained throughout the controversy. To these fans, Gabriel is the quarterback who has earned the respect of his teammates through preparation, hard work, and dedication. He represents stability and reliability, qualities long absent from a franchise historically marred by quarterback disappointment. On the other side, Sanders' supporters celebrate his electrifying talent, leadership presence, and poise under pressure. The rookie, son of football legend Deion Sanders, brings not only physical skill but also charisma and media-savvy confidence. Fans are drawn to his ability to thrive under the spotlight, his fearless improvisation on the field, and his determination to prove his worth despite the organizational chaos surrounding him. For many, Sanders embodies the future of the franchise, a dynamic playmaker capable of turning the Browns into a nationally recognized powerhouse. The debate often escalates beyond football skill, touching on personality, perception, and even the role of legacy. Gabriel's supporters criticize the media and ownership for elevating Sanders prematurely, viewing the rookie's sudden rise as a disruption of merit-based development. Sanders, fans counter that his confidence, composure, and talent justify immediate opportunities, arguing that the team cannot afford to ignore a player who might redefine the franchise's trajectory. This clash of perspectives mirrors the division inside the locker room itself, creating a feedback loop of tension that amplifies both fan passion and controversy. National analysts and sports media have also weighed in, often intensifying the debate. Commentary varies widely, with some praising the Browns' decision to elevate Sanders and others cautioning against the potential organizational fallout. Social media platforms, YouTube channels, and sports forums dissect every practice, every gesture, and every statement, turning the Browns' quarterback controversy into a full-blown cultural moment. Every tweet, highlight clip, and analyst soundbite contributes to the narrative shaping public perception in real time. Beyond entertainment, the fan reaction has financial implications as well. Ticket demand surged, merchandise sales skyrocketed, and networks adjusted programming to capitalize on Sanders' first start. The Browns' controversy transformed the team from a regional story into a national spectacle overnight, demonstrating the enormous influence of public sentiment on both perception and profitability. Yet, amid the excitement and frenzy, the fundamental question lingers. How will this unprecedented attention affect the team's performance, cohesion, and long-term development? In the end, the Browns' fans are more than spectators. They are participants in a drama that blends sport, personality, and organizational politics. Every practice, every decision, and every game now carries heightened stakes, and the nation watches eagerly, debating, analyzing, and arguing over the future of Cleveland football. The public's reaction has ensured that this is no longer just a team controversy. It has become a cultural moment, a narrative in which the players, coaches, and even fans all play critical roles. While the locker room tension and public outcry dominated headlines, the real storm was brewing in the Browns' executive offices. The Gabriel-Sanders saga has exposed a power struggle at the very heart of the organization, revealing the fragile balance between ownership, coaching authority, and front office decision-making. Owner Jimmy Haslam's involvement, amplified by his public endorsement of Shedeur Sanders, has disrupted traditional hierarchies and forced every level of the organization into uncharted territory. Sources indicate that Haslam was reportedly furious following Gabriel's outburst and suspension, blaming the coaching staff for failing to manage his quarterback effectively. In response, head coach Mike Stefanski found himself navigating a treacherous path, enforcing team discipline, maintaining his credibility with players, and simultaneously accommodating an owner whose preferences were increasingly visible and influential. General Manager Andrew Barry reportedly advocated for internal discipline over suspension, believing the organization could resolve the conflict without fracturing the roster. Stefanski, however, overruled this advice, sending a clear message that team discipline supersedes ownership preference, draft status, and media pressure. The situation has left the front office and coaching staff walking a tightrope. Every decision is scrutinized, every conversation carries political weight, and every practice carries unintended consequences. Team executives and assistants reportedly approach daily interactions with heightened caution, aware that missteps could be interpreted as taking sides in a controversy that has already divided the locker room. One insider described the atmosphere as an organization under siege, where every move, every word, every email is a potential flashpoint. Even beyond Cleveland, league leadership is closely monitoring the drama. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is said to have personally contacted Haslam to express concern over organizational stability, while simultaneously acknowledging the marketing potential that Sanders represents. From a league perspective, the Browns' internal conflict isn't just a team problem. It's a case study in how ownership involvement, media attention, and player dynamics can collide, creating pressure that transcends the field of play. At the center of this maelstrom, SD Fansk's leadership is being tested like never before. The head coach is tasked with preserving a culture of accountability while managing a fractured locker room and mitigating ownership interference. According to insiders, his approach has been deliberate, maintaining authority, setting clear expectations, and refusing to allow external influences to dictate internal discipline. Yet even with a strong stance, the stakes are enormous. A single misstep could jeopardize both team performance and his own professional reputation. This power struggle extends beyond immediate personnel decisions. It underscores a fundamental question about the Browns' organizational philosophy. Who truly calls the shots? Is football operations autonomy sacrosanct, or does modern ownership have the right to assert influence over personnel decisions, particularly when a player represents a rare combination of athletic talent and marketing potential? For now, the answer remains ambiguous, leaving the team in a state of uncertainty that reverberates from the front office to the practice field. The tension is unmistakable. Gabriel suspended, Sanders elevated, coaching authority under siege, and ownership visibly asserting influence. The Browns are caught in a delicate balance between discipline, optics, and performance. Every meeting, every decision, every interaction now carries weight beyond the immediate football implications. The organization's ability to navigate this complex landscape will determine not only the outcome of the upcoming game against the Ravens, but also the long-term trajectory of the franchise itself. In Cleveland, the stakes have never been higher. Amid the chaos in Cleveland, the story on the field is equally compelling. Both Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders are exceptional talents, yet their paths, styles, and circumstances couldn't be more different. Gabriel, the disciplined and methodical quarterback, has consistently impressed coaches with his precision, processing speed, and deep understanding of the playbook. He executes each progression with calculated efficiency, reads defenses before the snap, and communicates seamlessly with the offensive line and receivers. His preparation reflects years of collegiate refinement, and his approach embodies the traditional quarterback development path. Veteran teammates reportedly admire his consistency, attention to detail, and football intellect, making him a stabilizing presence in a room now fractured by drama. Sanders, by contrast, represents the modern, high-profile quarterback archetype. As the son of football legend Deion Sanders, he enters the NFL not only as a rookie prospect, but as a brand, complete with media attention, endorsement deals, and a social media following that amplifies his every move. On the field, Sanders is dynamic, athletic, and fearless. He improvises under pressure, executes plays that surprise even seasoned defenders, and displays a level of composure rarely seen in first-year professionals. While his understanding of the Browns' system is still developing, his physical talent and mental adaptability allow him to compensate for any learning curve, creating explosive opportunities that elevate the entire offense. Coaches have reportedly adapted practice structures to maximize each quarterback's strengths. For Gabriel, the focus remains on refinement, ensuring timing, reads, and chemistry with receivers remain flawless. For Sanders, the approach is pragmatic, simplifying progression reads, emphasizing his improvisational skills, and reinforcing confidence-building strategies. Play calling is being adjusted to highlight Sanders' mobility, arm talent, and ability to make decisive plays under pressure, while maintaining enough structure to protect him from the pitfalls of inexperience. Sanders has reportedly embraced these challenges with remarkable professionalism. Even amid organizational chaos and heightened media scrutiny, he arrives early, studies film extensively, and works closely with both veteran receivers and position coaches to understand tendencies and nuances. One insider described his approach as compartmentalization at a level beyond most veterans. Nothing phases this kid. His ability to separate external drama from preparation is a key asset, allowing him to thrive in a situation that would overwhelm many rookies. Meanwhile, Gabriel's supporters emphasize that despite executing coaching instructions perfectly, he is being sidelined due to factors beyond performance. The suspension has not only removed him from the starting lineup, but also created uncertainty about his immediate development and future trade potential. Yet his professionalism, football IQ, and adaptability have made him a hot commodity in the league, with several teams reportedly expressing interest should the Browns entertain trade discussions. Ultimately, the Browns now navigate a delicate balancing act. Gabriel's methodical skill set and structured development contrast sharply with Sanders' dynamic, media-driven rise. The coaching staff must manage two unique talents, maximize each player's abilities, and maintain team cohesion despite the surrounding drama. How they succeed, or fail, will shape not only the immediate results on the field but also the long-term trajectory of the franchise. In this unprecedented scenario, player performance and development have become inseparable from leadership, psychology, and organizational strategy. Sunday's matchup against the Baltimore Ravens transforms from a routine divisional contest into a national spectacle, with far-reaching implications for the Cleveland Browns. What was expected to be a conventional early-season game now carries the weight of organizational drama, player development, and public scrutiny. With Dillon Gabriel suspended and rookie Shedeur Sanders officially named the starter, every decision on the field becomes a test, not just of athletic skill, but of leadership, adaptability, and the team's ability to function amid chaos. From a defensive perspective, Baltimore has historically excelled in pressuring inexperienced quarterbacks. Complex blitz packages, disguised coverages, and pre-snap alignment deception are staples of their approach. Against Gabriel, the strategy targeted predictable timing and structured reads. Against Sanders, however, the game plan has been completely overhauled. Ravens defensive coordinator Mike McDonald reportedly scrapped prior strategies, emphasizing disciplined rush lanes and coverage disguises to contain Sanders' mobility and improvisational tendencies. Every practice, every pregame session, and every simulated scenario has been adjusted to account for the rookie's ability to create explosive plays on instinct. On the offensive side, Cleveland's coaching staff has taken a pragmatic approach. Recognizing Sanders' raw talent but limited professional experience, the playbook has been simplified. Progression reads are less complex, formation diversity reduced, and protection schemes streamlined. Emphasis is placed on the running game, play-action passes, and situations that allow Sanders to leverage his athleticism and improvisational skill set. According to insiders, the strategy is designed to build confidence early, creating opportunities for success before gradually expanding complexity. A textbook example of developmental pragmatism in high-pressure conditions. Environmental factors also play a role. Forecasts predict significant rainfall during the game, which traditionally favors a physical, ground-based attack over intricate passing schemes. Cleveland's talented offensive line and deep running back room may gain an advantage, helping mitigate Sanders' inexperience while maximizing the team's structural strengths. These adjustments, combined with Sanders' unique skill set, create the possibility of unexpected competitive advantages against a well-prepared Ravens defense. Meanwhile, the Ravens' secondary represents a significant challenge, capable of reading rotations and leveraging veteran pattern recognition against rookie tendencies. Yet, Sanders' improvisation in practice, simulating mobility and unpredictability, has reportedly prepared the Browns' defensive and offensive units alike. One defensive captain commented, "Facing Shedeur daily prepares us perfectly for Lamar. Both create problems nobody else does." The Browns' internal adaptations, born from controversy, may paradoxically provide a competitive edge that other teams could envy. Beyond the X's and O's, the psychological implications cannot be ignored. Sanders enters the field carrying not just the Browns' hopes, but the expectations of a nation watching every throw, every decision, and every leadership move. Opposing teams know that organizational dysfunction adds pressure, but they also recognize that the rookie thrives under scrutiny. This game represents more than a first start. It is a crucible where leadership, talent, and mental resilience collide under the brightest spotlight in the league. In short, Sunday's matchup is no longer merely about wins and losses. It is a strategic chess match, a test of organizational cohesion, and a measure of individual resilience. The outcome will reverberate far beyond the scoreboard, influencing coaching philosophies, quarterback development, and the Browns' trajectory in a season already defined by unprecedented drama. While the Browns scramble to stabilize their roster and adjust to a fractured locker room, the media and marketing machinery has seized upon the Sanders-Gabriel saga like wildfire. What started as an internal team controversy has exploded into a national spectacle, drawing attention from sports networks, social media platforms, and even corporate sponsors eager to capitalize on the rookie quarterback's unprecedented rise. The Browns, almost overnight, have become a story far beyond football, a cultural phenomenon that blends talent, controversy, and spectacle into one irresistible narrative. Social media platforms are ablaze. Hashtags like Shedeur QB1 and Let Him Cook dominate Twitter trends, while YouTube creators dissect practice footage, body language, and every public statement from players and coaches. Reddit forums are flooded with analysis, speculation, and debate over both quarterback skills, leadership qualities, and the organization's decision-making. Every small detail is amplified, dissected, and discussed by millions of viewers, turning a divisional game into a national event before a single snap has been played. National analysts have weighed in, often intensifying the drama. Some praise the Browns' decision to elevate Sanders, citing his athletic ability, poise under pressure, and leadership potential. Others warn that organizational dysfunction may overshadow any rookie success, questioning whether a team in such turmoil can sustain competitiveness. The media narrative has thus expanded beyond individual player performance, focusing on the Browns as an organization at a crossroads between tradition and modern spectacle. This media frenzy has tangible financial implications. Ticket demand surged almost immediately after Sanders was named starter, with secondary market prices reportedly rising by nearly 50%. Merchandise sales, particularly Sanders jerseys, skyrocketed nationwide, making him the NFL's fastest-selling rookie in recent memory. Television executives scrambled to adjust programming, ensuring the Browns' matchup against the Ravens received maximum national exposure, while corporate sponsors lined up to explore marketing opportunities tied directly to Sanders' debut. Overnight, the Browns transformed from a regional team into a national brand, illustrating the powerful intersection of athletic performance, media attention, and marketability. The broader impact extends beyond finances. The intense spotlight adds unprecedented pressure on both players and coaching staff. Sanders must perform while navigating a fractured locker room, high expectations from ownership, and national scrutiny. Coaches must manage his development, protect his confidence, and simultaneously maintain discipline and cohesion across the roster. The organization's every move is under scrutiny, from internal meetings to press conferences, creating a climate where leadership, strategy, and optics are intertwined in ways rarely seen in professional football. Perhaps most significantly, this controversy highlights how the modern NFL operates at the intersection of sports, media, and business. A rookie quarterback, drafted in the 5th round, now carries franchise expectations, national attention, and marketing potential, all while navigating the challenges of professional competition. The Browns' situation serves as a case study in how talent, media, and organizational structure collide, revealing both opportunities and vulnerabilities that could shape the franchise for years to come. In Cleveland, the game has become about more than football. It's about narrative, influence, and perception. Sanders' debut isn't just a starting quarterback story, it's a media spectacle, a marketing goldmine, and a cultural moment, with ramifications that reach far beyond the field. The Browns' transformation into a national phenomenon, driven by controversy and talent, underscores a reality that no franchise can ignore. In the modern NFL, the story off the field can be as impactful as the plays on it. The Browns saga is fueled not just by players or strategy, but by the narrative peaks that capture attention and the drama hooks that keep the nation glued to every development. From Gabriel's suspension to Sanders' rapid elevation, the story is layered with tension, conflict, and high stakes, classic ingredients of compelling drama that extend beyond football. These narrative peaks are what transform a sports controversy into a cultural phenomenon, ensuring that fans, analysts, and casual observers remain invested in every twist and turn. The first peak emerged when Dillon Gabriel reportedly confronted head coach Mike Stefanski about his reduced practice repetitions. The heated exchange, which ended with Gabriel storming out of the building and declaring, "I'm done here," immediately established a story of conflict, rebellion, and high emotion. This moment wasn't just news. It was an emotional hook that instantly polarized the fanbase and signaled that something far larger than a simple depth chart adjustment was unfolding. The tension escalated rapidly as Stefanski convened an emergency front office meeting, culminating in Gabriel's indefinite suspension. Suddenly, the Browns were no longer simply managing a quarterback competition. They were navigating a full-blown organizational crisis. The next dramatic peak centers on Shedeur Sanders' rise. Elevated from fifth-round prospect to starting quarterback against a divisional powerhouse, Sanders embodies the archetypal underdog-turned-hero narrative. His confidence under intense scrutiny, his dedication in voluntary practices, and his ability to compartmentalize organizational chaos all contribute to a story of resilience and emerging leadership. Every practice becomes a mini-climax, every pregame interaction a subplot, as viewers and analysts witness a rookie not only adapting to pressure, but seemingly thriving in it. These moments create hooks that drive fan engagement and media coverage, transforming ordinary training routines into must-watch events. Layered on top of player dynamics are organizational tensions that serve as a continuous source of suspense. Owner Jimmy Haslam's public endorsement of Sanders, the coaching staff's delicate balancing act, and the general manager's behind-the-scenes maneuvering all create a high-stakes chess match. Every front office decision, every public statement, and every leaked rumor acts as a plot twist, keeping the narrative dynamic and unpredictable. Fans are not just following games. They are following a story of authority, loyalty, and the struggle for control within a professional sports franchise. Public and media reaction compounds the drama hooks. Social media debates, viral hashtags, and national commentary amplify every incident, creating feedback loops that intensify attention and expectation. Each narrative peak, whether a controversial play, a heated quote, or a locker room revelation, drives discussion and speculation, ensuring the Browns remain a central story in the sports world. The stakes are never confined to the field. They ripple outward, affecting perceptions, branding, and organizational credibility. Ultimately, the Browns' quarterback saga is a study in narrative architecture. Peaks of conflict, moments of triumph, and ongoing tension keep the story moving, while drama hooks, unexpected events, controversial decisions, and public scrutiny ensure it resonates far beyond the sport itself. For fans, analysts, and executives alike, this isn't just football. It's a multi-layered story of personalities, power, and performance, unfolding in real time with consequences that could redefine the franchise. The story of the Browns' quarterback controversy is complex, layered, and dynamic, but what ultimately keeps audiences engaged is the seamless flow from one narrative beat to the next. Transitioning between locker room conflict, public reaction, organizational tension, player performance, competitive implications, and media impact requires a deliberate structure that balances drama, clarity, and packing. Each section must build upon the last, ensuring viewers understand both the immediate stakes and the broader ramifications, while keeping the narrative compelling from start to finish. The natural entry point is the locker room conflict. Beginning with Dillon Gabriel's suspension and Shedeur Sanders' elevation establishes tension immediately, giving viewers a human-centered hook. From here, the script transitions into fan and public reaction by emphasizing how internal drama rapidly expands beyond the team's walls. Social media trends, viral hashtags, and polarized opinion provide an external reflection of the internal conflict, linking personal player stakes to collective cultural engagement. This shift also allows the narrative to explore contrasting viewpoints, deepening audience understanding of why the controversy resonates nationally. From public reaction, the story moves logically into organizational tension. After demonstrating how the team is perceived externally, the script can pivot to reveal the inner workings of the Browns, front office, coaching staff, and ownership. This progression underscores cause-and-effect relationships. Player behavior and fan sentiment directly influence executive decisions, which in turn affect team operations and leadership credibility. By layering these perspectives, viewers see the interconnected nature of performance, perception, and authority, creating a richer, more immersive narrative. Player performance and development naturally follow organizational context. Once viewers understand the pressures and constraints within which the Browns operate, the spotlight can shift to the athletes themselves. Examining Gabriel and Sanders, contrasting approaches, methodical refinement versus improvisational athleticism, provides insight into how individual skill interacts with organizational strategy. The transition emphasizes that on-field performance cannot be divorced from off-field circumstances, reinforcing the stakes for both players and the franchise. From player dynamics, the script flows to competitive implications. After understanding the internal and individual pressures, viewers are primed to see how these factors translate into real-world outcomes on the field. Strategic adjustments, environmental conditions, and opponent analysis tie personal and organizational narratives to the core of the sport itself, making the story both relatable and consequential. This maintains momentum, ensuring the drama is grounded in tangible competition rather than abstract conflict. Finally, transitions into media, marketing, and broader impact, and ultimately narrative peaks, capitalize on audience anticipation. As the story expands from performance to perception, viewers see the interplay between sports, business, and culture. Highlighting media amplification, merchandising phenomena, and social commentary provides closure while reinforcing the stakes, bridging the gap toward a reflective conclusion. By carefully sequencing these sections, locker room conflict, public reaction, organizational tension, player performance, competitive stakes, and media impact, the script achieves a smooth, compelling flow. Each segment informs the next, creating a cohesive narrative arc that captivates viewers, balances detail with drama, and maintains momentum from opening hook to final resolution. The transitions themselves become storytelling tools, guiding audiences through complexity while keeping engagement high, ensuring the Browns' saga is experienced as a living, evolving drama rather than a fragmented series of events.
If you enjoyed today's breakdown and want to keep up with all the drama, trades, and behind-the-scenes action in the NFL, then don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps this channel grow and lets us know you love this kind of content. And hey, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with your friends, your group chats, or anyone who loves football as much as you do. The more the conversation spreads, the better it gets. Most importantly, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss when we drop fresh stories, wild rumors, or breaking updates that the mainstream media won't talk about.